Nicky got me rolling, got me shaking, got me aching, got me twitching, got me snitching, got me making a fuss. Nicky got me bowled over his shoulder, got me slapping, got me whacking, got me smacking my lips. Oh, Nicolas Cage, oh, Nicolas Cage, he's an international treasure of ours, yeah. Oh, Nicolas Cage. Hello and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We're sitting around the fireplace.
Oh, I love this little fireplace we've got going.
Very warm and Christmas here.
If
Perhaps
the
hand out
fireplace...
the sherry. Sherry. Would you like
If the fireplace was actually that big, like, you wouldn't be that close to it. That'd be terrifying.
I'd be in it.
Oh, I would be it. If the fireplace was that big, I'd be fucking lying in it.
You know what?
You'd be coiled up in the fire.
I'd be like a fucking dog at the bottom, like a bottom of just curled into a ball. It's like I've got a wee fan heater on, a curl up in front of it, or something.
Should we install a fireplace?
I think we should.
Yeah, a wee wood stove. I mean, there's no wood here. But
Or just like shove a hole through the wall. And
Technically, we do have a fireplace.
Yeah, it's an electric one though.
Yeah.
They're a cop out.
It costs money. And then we could just like shove a fire pit in the middle of the room.
I would like a fireplace. But it's Christmas.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
It's Christmas Eve
It's
today.
Christmas Eve, yes.
Christmas Eve, love.
'Twas the night before Christmas.
Incredible.
2 weeks ago.
And we're here. It's at least 4 Prats, and we're bringing you a special episode of Nicolas Cage, International Treasure.
Yeah, you didn't think he did well, I mean, I'm
Christmas
sure he's done
film?
other Christmas
He's
films.
done 3 Christmas films.
This is-
So we've got at least 3 years of Christmas
films.
specials. After that, we're fucked.
I'm sure he'll come out with another one in that
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
Possibly.
To be honest, this is the only Christmas film I think I've seen with Nicolas Cage.
Well, we've seen one before in a podcast.
Otherwise, it
we
didn't
never
exist. Yeah.
Yeah, which film was that though? Remind me.
did. The Family Man,
I see. I've never
Oh,
seen
that one. Yes.
where Big Ed came from. The hardcore listeners might know, if any remain. But this is the podcast, Nicolas Cage International Treasure, where we watch every single Nicolas Cage film and talk about them.
Even the really bad ones.
Like today's
Like
episode.
this one, which is...
Or the ones that he's only in for 5 minutes.
Like today.
Yep, he's in it for a whole, at least 3 minutes. The movie we're talking about is A Christmas Carol, the movie.
That movie.
2001. Directed by Jimmy T. Murakami. Written by Pete Kroon, Robert Llewellyn, and Charles Dickens.
Lovely.
Can you really credit Charles?
No.
They
For
Do
this
you have
film
any
story.
creative control over the film
I
specifically?
think you're half a sock at the moment, John. It's very fancy.
It keeps my heels cold.
It stars Nick Cage, Simon Callow, and Kate Winslet. The synopsis is spooky, scary, ghost Christmas, boo, Christmas, Nicky, boo, Christmas.
With some rats.
With
Yeah.
some mice.
Mice, same thing.
Yeah.
No, we have rats in our bit.
Before I continue, right, I've seen The Christmas Carol, The Muppets,
Yes, much better.
and there is another, there's a bunch of Christmas Carol.
There's so many
Do
Christmas Carol films.
Other
Yes.
ones have mice in them?
No.
Or
No.
is this the first one that has pointless mice in them?
Yes,
That's what I was trying to, like...
we were debating this, because
Yeah.
me and John watched this at
Part
the
of it
same time
together.
over Discord. Well, part of it, yeah. And we were saying, well, I was saying, and John was attacking me for saying, that the mice were simply there to show that Ebenezer Scrooge wasn't hallucinating the 3 ghosts.
Yeah,
Because
like
they
the
reacted
mice
to
would
it.
be evidence of
yeah.
that.
Somehow or they're cats. It's cats, right, who can see ghosts, or the other
Some
side.
shit.
Yeah, that's one of the...
But yeah, you'll on you go.
It's a Christmas Carol, though. You should already automatically assume from the many other ones that he clearly isn't hallucinating.
Well, is he or isn't he?
Are you supposed to watch these films with like the context of
The Christmas Carol.
in this case, other films,
Yeah.
but also like the source material?
I think that at
'Cause-
this point, at the point of 2001, I think it's generally expected that you will know what a Christmas Carol is.
Yeah.
It's a classic of British literature and stuff,
Yeah.
and so you'd have some knowledge of what it is.
That's what I mean, because the film didn't seem to try really
No.
to like gradually introduce anything.
Yeah, kind of.
It's like it just assumed you already knew what was going on, and here's our telling.
Has
of it.
anyone read A Christmas Carol?
No.
No,
Right
no.
now.
Its runtime was only like an hour and
17
minutes.
Yeah, it was a short film.
It is on YouTube and nowhere else.
Yeah,
I found it. I did find it on a movie like archiving site,
yeah.
and it was in slightly better quality.
Rather
yeah.
than 240p.
It is only available to the general public at 244p
Yeah.
on YouTube.
There is I did see you can get by on like a second. You can go on Amazon and buy it on second-hand DVD for like £7 or something.
No.
It is animated. We
Yeah.
haven't said that
Oh,
yet,
yeah,
I
it
don't
is
think. It's animated.
Yeah, we don't see Nicolas Cage's actual face. We
No.
see a drawing of his face.
I did read though that the DVD has live action sequences in it.
What the fuck?
What?
So the beginning and the end, the character who plays Ebenezer Scrooge and Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
The beginning and the end, there's this like kind of not a post-screen edit, but there's a scene that comes in the end
Yeah.
where both him and her are actually in live, like
And acting.
like
Because some
acting
of it did look rotoscoped. Like, generally the animation wasn't great, but some of it had a cool sort of rotoscope vibe.
Yeah.
And there was some stuff that was like some interesting animation, like the door knocker at one point, and like the ghost of Christmas Future.
Yeah,
There was some cool animation.
Yes.
it was nicely drawn, like the backgrounds and stuff. Like it was a movie that wasn't. It's not like when you see some of those animated films on like fucking Amazon or Netflix that are clearly been rushed to fuck. It probably
think it was rushed.
But like for what it was like not a bad looking film, and I'm watching it 240p, but just,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, at better quality, I'm sure it would have been a better experience,
I mean-
especially as it's all visual.
This is sort of paraphrasing a review, but like the faces were all very stiff.
yeah, there was
Like
no.
expressions were always a bit dull, unfortunately.
They could be telling you they were having the greatest moments of their life, and you would look at their animated face and be like, "It looks like they could be getting stabbed. They could look like they'd be getting fucking murdered. They're in the back room getting beat the shit out of, and they're telling me they're the happiest they've ever been. I would never know fucking know."
And the voice acting left a lot to be desired, other than Scrooge, who put some
Yeah.
effort in, Simon Callow. Other than that, I think we found our first, like, actually bad Nicolas Cage performance.
Yeah, I
in a film.
tried. I couldn't find anything
So
good.
he plays the ghost of.
No, Marley,
No,
his
Marley
former business
Scrooge,
partner.
his former
Yeah.
lover.
No.
Yeah, he plays the ghost of them. Yeah.
They are gay.
He did. There was a lot of scenes with these photo on the wall, and it was like
It was
he was
like, Marley!
basically
Marley!
caressing the photo
Yeah.
of Marley on the wall.
They
sad.
fucked.
Yeah, they did. I remember that was the whole point of the film. They were just not telling him he's gay, but like.
Yeah. There was that, but there's also the subtext that Scrooge is the first incel because he is rejected by a woman because he tries to give her a business contract to seal their love,
Yeah.
and then he becomes like, I hate everyone because the woman rejects him.
Is that the reason? That's not a Christmas Carol typical go-to, is it?
No, yeah. The whole thing is that he becomes like all horrible,
Very
and-
bitter.
Yeah, because he loses love. and, like, doesn't-
Okay, I guess I
because
can't
he-
fucking remember. There's that many of them. I
Because
can't
he has daddy issues.
Yeah.
Because his dad tells him to give him half his wages or some shit. When
Yeah,
he
his
goes to
dad
the
is a
city.
really miserly son.
But anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, Scrooge is gay. So yeah, Nick Cage plays Marley Scrooge, who I think his name is actually Marley Scrooge in this film.
Yes.
Because there's like his tombstone or something has
says
Marley Scrooge on it.
Oh, I didn't notice that. That's really weird.
Some of my favourite lines of his were, "I am doomed."
I thought he sounded like fucking Keanu Reeves the whole time.
Yeah, he just sounded bored.
Yeah,
he phoned it.
But I guess that I do understand that going from acting to voice acting is two completely different.
This is the year after leaving Las Vegas as well.
So he done well.
I think.
Maybe he's just getting a bag for Christmas or some shit.
Let me double check. No, it's not the year after.
No,
Sorry,
several
it's
years.
5 years after. Let's find out. But this film was nominated for an award, John.
It was awarded for it was nominated for best film at the Catalonia Film Awards.
What the fuck is the Catalonia Film Award?
I
The
don't
only
know.
one that they got nominated for an award.
But it didn't win.
It didn't win though.
Yeah, it was nominated. I said as much.
But going back to voice acting for actors like Nicolas Cage, and because he has done animated films like we've seen, and he's done well in though. Like G-Force, great voice.
Yeah. I mean,
plays
just
Speckles.
given his like very like almost like exaggerated expressive voice in film, I'm surprised in this that it's so flat.
Yeah.
So is
I wonder if that was like direction that he followed.
the 3 films previous to this
Yeah.
were Captain Corelli's Mandolin,
No idea. I haven't seen
which
it.
was the same year. This film before that was The Family Man. So he
What?
did 2 Christmas films within 3 films of each other. And then he did Gone in 60 Seconds before that.
So he was on a kind of downward spiral at that point in time.
What was after this? Oh, Adaption. That's a Charlie Kaufman film. That's apparently quite good. And National Treasure was a few films. It was 2004. So, and Lord of War was after that.
Maybe
So
it
he
was
wasn't doing that bad.
Maybe it was just like a dry period where he was just taking what he was given.
I can't wait until we watch The Wicker Man.
Oh,
that might
not
be
again.
years, but there was a National Treasure sequel.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
2 or 3 is on that.
No, there's 2.
2.
There might be 3.
There was
without
talk
it.
of a third.
There's a TV show, but he's not involved. The guy's involved though. What's his face? The blonde boy. Blonde boy. You know, he's got like there's Nicolas Cage and then there's like the woman who he's clearly in love with, and then there's the guy. Can't remember the boy's fucking name though.
Let me click on the IMDb.
I do know what you mean. The one who gets a Ferrari.
Yeah, I think he's in it.
His
It's like-
name is Benjamin Franklin Gates.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you not seen National Treasure?
I've seen, the lost episode, but I didn't realize that was his name. Sorry, you were saying. Blonde boy.
I think he is in the reboot, or it's not a reboot. I think it's
Sean Bean.
no.
Hardly.
Sean
Just-
Bean's in
just-
that film. I
just-
don't remember that.
just-
Justin
villain.
Bartha.
Justin Bartha.
I think he is in the not, or it's not a reboot. I think it's a continuation, but like it's
Harvey Keitel and Christopher Plummer in that film.
yeah,
The fuck?
it's a lot better film than this.
Too right.
Ah, well, we'll get there
I
eventually.
mean, the budget was something like 12 million, but that was estimated
Yeah.
by IMDb, so who knows?
But I like there was a lot of it, and like I did nearly fall asleep halfway through it, and just
It's the problem with Christmas Carol films is that we all know the story. We all know it's going.
nothing
It's
really
like-
added.
It's a nice story, because the whole thing is that it's not that he's just living his life and he's not being charitable to people and that. It's that he's being a cunt and that he has the ability to change, and so he does change when given the guidance. Although this film kind of paints it like he only changes because he's afraid of damnation.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, it wasn't given any guidance in this film so
Yeah.
much as like, hey, look at you being a bad person, don't do that.
Because when he wakes
And then
up,
it's like, hey, if you keep being a bad person, bad thing.
yeah, when he wakes up from all 3 ghosts, he looks in the mirror, and if he starts to think the way he used to think, chains wrap around him, and the voice of Nicolas Cage echoes.
Basically, he was just like, tormented into not changing, but rather being like, if you don't do this, we're coming for you. And he's like, yeah, sure. But I did watch not to veer off topic slightly, but I did watch a kind of a slightly better done version of A Christmas Carol recently.
Mhm.
It's very like on the nose, fucking. You can tell that it's a money grab type like, but it was pretty good. That Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Spirited or
Yeah.
whatever.
What the hell
I
are you
haven't seen
talking
that.
about?
So
That came out this year.
Apple,
Yeah,
we watched
a few
it
weeks ago.
a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Basically, it's kind of modern day Christmas Carol. Ryan Reynolds plays this like cunt of a man who basically just is.
Is he like a billionaire?
Yeah, he owns this company that basically sells people out. Like, is that basically they write like those like really shit like newspaper articles people, and they kind of make shit up as they go along. They'll be like, oh. Let's say like John Wayne is like a fucking like he likes horses,
Oh, he's like tabloid newspaper.
Yeah, basically
right,
that.
okay.
And Will Ferrell, basically, they don't do it as like ghosts. There is ghosts, but it's mainly it's basically run like a company type thing.
I swear this is the plot of The Family Man.
Probably. So like Ryan Reynolds is the guy, and Will Ferrell's like, you can retire from being like a Christmas ghost, and throughout the year they follow the person, they study them, and they built all these sets to like make them feel better, like try and change
Sets?
them. Yeah, they do it as like sets, and they're like, so they bring them instead of like going
Instead
into
of
the future.
magic,
Yeah, instead of magic, it's like sets.
they construct it like a
So now it's mind manipulation.
Basically, yeah. But it's also a musical.
It's like Art for Christmas.
Yeah, and it's something like I'm not saying it was a fucking amazing film. It was a nice way of like taking the simple A Christmas Carol and kind of flipping it.
Right.
It didn't need to have a song every 2 seconds. And what the film I did did about it, took fun of this movie for having a song every 2 seconds. Like there was a character in it who clearly hated musicals, and every time he started busting out singing, he would just get really fucking annoyed, or like being like, "You're not fucking doing this again."
You know who's run his course?
Who?
Will Ferrell.
Yes, he has. I do believe that's why I'm calling it a cash grab.
He was good in Zoolander and Zoolander 2, I guess.
He was basically
Minor
just
characters,
he basically
isn't it?
just
Well, he's
played
a villain, isn't
yeah, he basically just played Will Ferrell in this film.
Cool.
And so Ryan Reynolds also done this thing where he played Ryan Reynolds in every Ryan Reynolds film.
he? Yeah, ever since Deadpool. I guess kind of before that as well. He's just played the sort of sarcastic lead.
He did quite good films like before Deadpool. I say good films, I'm not talking about like Green Lantern and shit. But I mean like the shit like comedies, like
Rom-coms.
yeah, and they were not bad because he actually tried. But now I feel like when you get a Ryan Reynolds film, you're just getting Ryan Reynolds. Same with The Rock.
Again, the problem is that sometimes these roles are written for
Yeah, there's certain
specific
people.
He
type
needed a
of acting.
redefining, and his redefining came with Deadpool. But Deadpool just put that same character he'd been playing into an action format.
Yeah.
And so he didn't really change. He just played the same character, but in action films now.
Has Nicolas Cage had a reforming? Was he had 7?
He's at 2, I think.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because he does play different. No, I'll give it to him. He does play different characters constantly. But he's never been a bit where it's like. I guess you can be like he's had like slow parts in his career.
He's never been like a rom-com guy.
No.
Like, I don't think he's classically handsome enough for like the typical rom-com stuff. He did Leaving Las Vegas, which was like an atypical rom-com. As you'll remember, our strange and... Well, actually, you won't hear it yet. No. Look forward to our chaotic Leaving Las Vegas podcast. But I don't know, he always played... I think the thing with Nick Cage was that he brought his own thing to films, like his own madness and strangeness.
Yeah.
And that could be implemented at different times. But he can fit characters. Like, he can fit what the movie needs him to do. It's just sometimes maybe a director will ask them to go mad.
Yeah. Can you just do a little bit of the Cageisms for me, please?
Bring us some caginess.
Cage is like, nah, I'm not really in the mood. Just that's what we brought you here for. Just
more cocaine, please.
Yeah. But the movie itself, though, the Christmas Carol, the fact they called it the movie makes me fucking chuckle.
It was really hard to differentiate between the different Christmas Carol films.
They put the movie on.
Because there's dozens of them. There's so many.
But the Ghost of Christmas Present is and forever will be a king.
Yeah.
He's great.
He is fantastic.
I think he's like a Saint Nick type character.
Kinda, yeah. He's got his cornucopia and it spreads Christmas joy and feasts and does all that.
It seems like a Santa type character. So.
But he's fabulous.
I do think the movie kind of just abruptly ends. I don't know if that was just me or I was just really fucking tired.
No, it was pretty abrupt. I know what you mean.
Yeah, like he's all happy and stuff, and then it just kind of bang. I think it's a very rushed film. I know it's only an hour and. It's like an hour and if the whole thing's an hour and 17 minutes. They say like 2 or 3 minutes with the credits, so an hour and 13 minutes, 14 minutes.
Was it made for TV? Seems that way. If it was that long.
I think it was that, or it was direct DVD type shit.
It was definitely direct to video.
Yeah, it seems that way. But like, I could see it in like an As the Bin You know, those ones where it's like the pile of
bargain
shit.
bin.
There's
Yeah,
kind of nostalgia there. Like, none of those films are good.
yeah. It's that meme. Is that Mum? Can we get a Christmas Carol on DVD? We have a Christmas Carol at home, and it's this film.
They tried to write the mice as charming, as in like, but they were,
They were comic relief, kind of.
I was
like
surprised if they had the voice, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
just going.
fucking Cinderella at least.
Yeah, like even if you're
Cinderella.
if you make it that even
second one
if you
more
make it
so.
like they can like Scrooge doesn't know what the mice are saying, but like the mice actually had some sort of voice.
He seems to be able to communicate with them.
Yeah, that's the other thing. He was really the whole film for a man's meant to be like hating people and like hating like everything. He was always weirdly like sentimental to these mice.
I
Well,
kind
it's
of
to
like that. No, I really like that part.
It's to show he has a soft spot and he's capable.
It's
of
like
things.
he's not bloody irredeemable.
Nah.
This movie seems like it's trying too hard, and so like they had this big idea for it, and they were like, "We're gonna get this big cast." Kate Winslet's going to sing a solo song.
She had like a singing career. Like
No, she had this
What?
one song.
Was it just this?
I think so. I remember. Wait, let me
I
find.
shazammed it, and it seemed like she had an album. I didn't realize
Possibly,
like
yeah,
woman from Titanic was singer also.
I did see there was a thing.
I had it in my head that she was from Coronation Street.
Is she Australian? Is she American? Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet. Let me double check.
But yeah, she
is
sings. She sings. She
English.
belts it out.
She's from Berkshire.
England.
Yeah.
Berkshire. I
Berkshire?
don't know where Berkshire is.
Yeah, the fucking dab is
The island of Burke, where the dragons
Welcome
live.
to Burke. Our famous export is Kate Winslet. Other than that, we got nothing.
We got dragons.
We got dragons and
And
potatoes.
it rains every day of the year.
Turnips and cauliflower here on Berkshire. The old island of Burke. But yeah, she belts it out in this.
Yeah,
Did she
here
have
we
a
go.
singing career?
I don't know about. This is what I read. It said Kate Winslet's song "What If." The film was critically panned and largely forgotten, but the song shot to number 6 in the chart the first week. It became a Christmas #1 in Ireland for 2001.
In Ireland? Wait, is Berkshire an island?
No, it's in England.
It's in England.
I just don't know. The Irish were just
Yeah,
when
all
2001,
over it.
they were all over.
There was
Christmas Carol.
nothing going on in Ireland in 2001. They were like, whoa, Kate Winslet.
The
Man.
song is fondly remembered, and most people forget it came from the movie.
Oh.
But she isn't proud of her singing in the
Who is
song.
Eternal Sunshine? That's not Kate. I always get fucking the Kates confused. Because there's Kate Winslet, Kate Blanchett. It's not Kate Blanchett.
Kate Winslet had one. Yeah, she has one.
Yeah,
album
she
of-
is in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Kate Winslet. Is she also in Titanic?
Yes.
Yeah, she's Titanic lady. She's a Rose.
Her Spotify, Jesus Christ. Her Spotify has one song, it's What If, right? Do
Right.
you know how many monthly listeners she has?
Yeah.
702,378.
It must
Okay.
just end up on one of the Christmas playlists.
Yeah, the What If has
Yeah, it's
24,
Kate Winslet
it
in
has
Titanic.
24 million listens. The
Wow.
film version has 4 million, and she has like 2 other songs, one called I Need a Nap, and one called The Face in the Lake, which have like a couple of
nap!
We need to find
Dun,
these
dun,
other
dun, dun,
films.
dun.
Maybe like this is another like side podcast. Is Kate Winslet's like singing career?
It's called a
She's
Dog
got a good
Train.
voice. Like
I don't know what this
the
album
fuck
is.
is Dog Tree?
That's what the song
Wait,
is.
no, it's like a collection of people, right? Billy, it's got Kramer on it.
Album.
What the fuck is going on?
Spin Doctors. I don't fucking know.
Wow.
Weird Al Yankovic is on this album. Like
John, have you seen the Weird Al Yankovic film?
No,
It's
but
very
it
good.
has Daniel Radcliffe. So
It's like it's amazing. Like I didn't understand all that happened in Weird Al's life.
yeah. Do you know he took over like the Mexican cartel?
Yeah,
Yeah, I knew that.
He killed
He also died.
Castro,
Yeah.
Fidel Castro.
He died like. I think he came back to life to make this film.
Weird Al Yankovic is immortal. What the hell?
I mean, if anyone was, it had to be Weird Al.
True, that
I
accordion
would
keeps you going.
I would like to see a Nicolas Cage biopic, but it's kind of just over the top, and it actually turns out that all his films are connected in some way.
the
like,
Nicolas Cage.
they go through all
universe,
like 200
theory.
films and make like shitty connections, but like they clearly make a connection. Like this film's
It would be
connected to,
so
like,
hard to connect them.
Let's think about Nicholas Christmas Carol in connection to the other films we've done so far.
So, A Christmas Carol is set in England.
Yes,
Yes.
in London in the Victorian era.
Is there?
Oh, we're stuck.
Is there?
There isn't really any connection.
No, National Treasure is based. There's a British thing in there somewhere. It's the fucking Americans.
Sure, the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, from the Britain.
the British.
Britain signed. King Charles was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, get out of here. Go do your own thing.
There wasn't any war.
That would be nice.
I'm actually stumped here. My point there went to shit.
I've suddenly forgotten every single film we've watched.
I think the problem is that this film is an anomaly.
Yeah.
This film exists in its own vacuum, such as the little thing you read saying that this film was critically panned and
But the
forgotten
song has
about.
done very well for some.
In Ireland.
God knows.
In County Cork.
It's still pretty good though. I would take 700,000 monthly listeners.
Fuck yeah! I've released way more than fucking one song. I don't get that many listens. What the hell, Kate
You got no
Winslet?
fucking Kate Winslet.
I gotta be in the Titanic remake. I'll play Rose. Get my dress on. Get my tits out.
I could do that.
Push my hand against a steamy car window.
I kind of want to watch Titanic.
Everyone wants to put their hand against a steamy car window.
I would watch Nicolas Cage in the Titanic.
Yeah, I would too.
Who would he play? Jack?
Captain of the ship.
Or Cap. No, he's
The idiot captain of the ship.
Or just one of the violinists?
Oh yeah,
The
like
string
a
quartet.
Oh,
cameo.
put
Yeah.
him in like a fucking...
He's one of the men
Tux.
who's trying to get
Red
into the
ruby
boats with all the,
dress.
he's trying to get in the boats with all the women and the children, and they're like trying to have to hold him back. He's like, no, I'm Nicolas Cage.
At what point
What the crowd just parked.
did the string quartet give up as the Titanic was raised?
When they hit a
When
wall.
they fell.
Yeah.
Like, but do you think they realised that, like, obviously, that probably didn't happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think a lot of things.
There's obviously no documentation for the Titanic, but I think we can assume that didn't
There were
happen.
survivors.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess some got away,
I
didn't they?
still do believe the Titanic.
Women and children. I mean, it's not impossible that, like, there's evidence of the band continuing to play as the ship sunk. We just don't know at this moment.
I did.
Fuck it, that means it didn't happen.
You didn't even know there were survivors.
True, I forgot that they all got shoved onto lifeboats.
Yeah. And, like, the ship was only, like, an hour away or something.
2 hours. If I remember
2
right.
hours,
Yeah.
that's it.
I do remember. I think it was like 2 or 3 hours, and then the ship was going down within an hour. So
Did they build the remake? Wasn't Japan or something?
There
Or
was-
Ireland?
Oh, no, they have not.
Remaking the Titanic?
There was,
They
I
just-
think,
they
was
scrapped
it
that?
Australia? There was, like, an Australian millionaire that was trying to do it.
And they were trying to do the same course before.
What the hell?
And then there was a Chinese like theme park that was trying to do it as well.
That's so fucked.
I do like the idea of.
Well, they weren't trying to sink it; they were just trying to build a hotel out of the Titanic.
I do like the idea of a dying billionaire being like, "We're going to fund this money for Titanic 2, taking them all the way across it, and as soon as they hit the point where the Titanic hitting the iceberg, he pushes the button and it goes back."
You know what
Bloody
this
hell.
means? You know what this means, right? So Titanic was the biggest disaster in like history, like civilian disaster of that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That means in like 100, 200 years, there will be a 9/11 theme park
Yes.
at some point in some
Yeah.
part of the
Well,
world.
I mean, 9/11 isn't really nearly as romanticized as Titanic.
Yeah,
But there's not enough distance between the events.
Certainly,
right?
certainly.
Nicolas Cage was in a 9/11
A
movie.
9/11 film that we will watch at some point. So
He's been in fucking everything.
there's an element of romanticism there that you're making films about it. You know, like the firemen, and you know. Anyway, we've gotten to dodgy talk. That's my fault.
There was a Titanic 2 movie, was there not? Like a sequel. I think
There was an animated film, which a certain YouTuber covered,
Yeah.
called Titanic. John Knox.
Boozy is defeated. Don't know.
Anything can be bought and sold for the right oil.
He didn't do the anime. It was like a video game or something.
No, it was a film. He did an animated film. Anyway, we should talk about... Mate, I don't know, it's up in the air. Who cares? Fucking YouTuber Jeremy, who cares? Back to A Christmas Carol, the movie, 2001. Nicolas Cage...
He's there for
Is
5 minutes.
Barely in it.
Yeah.
But longer than Never on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Longer than
But I preferred them in
Fast
Never on
Times at
Tuesday.
Ridgemont High.
I preferred them in both those other movies, mainly because I enjoyed those two movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I preferred him more in this than Fast Times, because he didn't do much in Fast Times. At least he acted badly in this.
Mm-hmm.
He barely acted in Fast Times.
Yeah, I mean this. There's a thing about this kind of film where if it came out now, I think it would still bomb. But I think like it seems like the kind of film that Netflix would do, and then they'd just like, but they'd put like a big all-star cast into it. Be really shit, and they'd probably win awards because it was like 2001. No one really gave a shit.
Is that Jonah Hill documentary out?
Yes,
Oh.
I've heard mixed reviews.
Yeah, it seems really like self-masturbating.
I've heard that it's pretty good, and then on the other side, I've heard that
Yeah.
It's an oxymoron.
Other than mutual masturbating.
I've heard that a lot of the parts in the film is he tries to push his therapist and talking about his like trauma,
Right.
and it's a bit like he's fishing just for the film type thing.
Right, okay.
I've heard the Robert Downey Jr. one's really good.
What about his dad?
About his dad, yeah.
His pappy.
It's very sad but very good.
Okay.
Isn't
Well,
Nicolas
maybe
Cage
we'll
ever
watch
had a
it.
documentary made of that?
Yeah, probably at some point. He's maybe not old enough to do
Let me look.
for that sort of like, you know, award for services to film. Even.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I don't think there. No, turns out there's not. It just says The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. That's not a documentary.
no, and he also apparently didn't like that film.
No.
Really?
Yeah, there's an interview. You know, all this shit's in editing and stuff, so maybe he didn't really feel that bad about it. But
Yeah.
he said that he didn't like the way he was portrayed in that film if he was playing himself. He said that I'm not actually like this. I'm not a mad fucking like just crazy
Yeah.
person. I'm a human. I'm just a normal person. But like he said he didn't want to see it because of the way the director made him act in it.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know, I feel like, not for me to say, but there's a certain level of, you know, there's a cult following for you and an audience that expect you to act a certain way, and I guess they expect a certain thing, but you probably shouldn't act for fan service.
Yeah.
Give them something real.
This guy's got a movie coming out this year.
Like Pig. He's got a movie coming out. He's playing Dracula.
No, he's got 7 movies coming out in the next 2 years.
Fucking
What the
hell.
hell?
This
The
will
one
never
that's
end.
planned from 2022
I mean,
is the
well, we
retirement
do it every
plan.
2 weeks now, so we can get for like 25 odd films.
A year?
Yeah.
That's not enough.
I know it's not enough.
We should probably be doing more.
He plays
Yeah.
and then the one that's kind of written like next, he plays a retired beach bum in the Cayman Islands. And it's
What? A retired what?
So this is called the retirement plan. In the retirement plan, when Ashley Green and her young daughter Sarah Tylee Campbell
Taika Waititi.
probably get caught up in a criminal enterprise that puts her life at risk, she turns to the only person who can help her strange father Matt, Nicolas Cage, currently living the life of a retired beach bum in the Cayman Islands. The reunion is fleeting as they are soon tracked down in the island by crime boss Donnie Jackie Errol Haley and his lieutenant Bobo Ron
What the
Tellman.
fuck is what?
As Ashley, Sarah, and Matt become
You're
entitled
rambling.
to this is the fucking description. Ashley quickly learns her father had a secret past and she knew nothing about him, and that there is more to her father than meets the eye, and that is him there with a white beard.
Oh, he dyed his beard in the opposite direction this time.
Weird.
Anyway, as we discovered at some point, Nicolas Cage lost a lot of money.
So he's made it. He did say though he's made it back, but he's just continuing.
I guess when you're in a groove.
What's the old way? Is that the one you sent us?
Oh yeah, he's doing a western.
Type shit.
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
it looks pretty trash.
It's gold.
It
Yeah,
just
that's
looks
the-
like nothing. It just looks like western.
Then he has fucking. Let me get back to it. Sorry, Rainfield, which is Dracula.
That looks
Symphony for the Devil, After being forced to drive a mysterious passenger at gunpoint, man finds himself in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse where he becomes clear that not everything is as it seems. Joel Kinnaman, Nancy Good. It's director Yuval Adler. No, fucking
No
stupid.
idea.
Is this all next year?
Yes.
Well, you've got all this to look forward to.
We've still got more to go. Fucking let me get through this.
No!
Dream Scenario.
Abject
Sorry,
fear.
the next 3 are 2024. Dream Scenario is just an old Nicolas Cage with a bald head.
Oh, he's bald!
Wow, they're really doing everything
He's
with
bald.
his hair.
It has no plot onto it.
It has no plot. It's just
Bald
Nicolas
Nick.
Cage
It
is
has
bald
him and
now.
Michael Cera in
Man
it.
is bald.
It has Michael Cera in it, so like
What the hell?
tells you everything.
He's dropped off there. He's not done much.
Sand and
Yeah.
Stones.
I've heard of. Sand and Stones,
Sand and Stones.
which is
A survival action thriller about a father and his twin sons trying to survive the ferocious creatures that attack their remote farmhouse. It has him, Jaden Martels, and the wee boy. I think he was in like fucking It or some shit. And then Long Legs.
Finn Wolfhard.
No.
No.
And then Long
He was
Legs.
in it,
plot
wasn't he? Was he in
details.
It too?
I haven't seen either of the yet.
I've no.
I saw one of them.
He's in one of them.
And a bunch of stuff. Basically, he's doing no bad for himself in the next several years.
He's working, and we are not tomorrow. For tomorrow is Christmas.
Yeah,
Tomorrow is the day of rest.
the 1 yearly day of rest we
Only
all get,
one, when we get a break from Nicolas Cage.
except those who don't.
We should have made the Bob Ross jigsaw puzzle. That will
Gosh,
forever.
streaming of jigsaw puzzles
Be-
be entertaining content.
We just got to throw some weird shit in there. It is Christmas. A chilly Christmas day.
Yeah.
But a well-heated Christmas day.
I think we
Hopefully.
should all go through and say what we're glad for.
Okay.
John, what are you glad for?
Nicolas Cage.
Kieran?
Oh, it's still my idea.
Nicolas Cage.
What am I glad for?
Just say Nicolas Cage.
I'm glad I'm alive, you know.
Fuck off.
Come on. Nicolas Cage.
There we
Yeah.
go. Well, thank you for joining us. Maybe there won't be a New Year's episode. Fuck you.
No, there's
No.
too much fucking
We'll be
history.
drinking.
Maybe we'll upload one of the original series episodes for without
Oh, okay.
the original series was the before times.
A little throwback.
Maybe you'll hear something exclusive for New Year's for 2023.
Maybe we'll just have a one-man podcast that day. Where
Who's the one man?
I'll do it.
You say we, but it'd be like,
I'll
it's
just
me or
talk for an
you.
hour. I'll just do it as like a therapy session. I've been meaning to go to one recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Put your therapy on. The
I'll
internet.
watch like a really random Nicolas Cage film, one that clearly we might not see in a while,
Hmm.
or I'll just watch. I don't know.
Well, we'll have some new stuff coming your way in the new year. After this episode, you'll be hearing a new podcast called
We can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that.
And maybe you'll hear a little bit of our uploaded radio shows.
Which is a lot of fun actually.
They are a lot of fun, yeah.
They are good. They're good fun.
It's a fun. It's mainly fun because it's an actual radio station that lets us talk on it.
I know someone has
Live
given
on air.
us someone has given us responsibility to speak live to people.
There's never many listeners, but it's still fun to be able to know that.
Yeah, no one listens, but it's fun.
Yeah, I mean,
Fun to know
we're
that.
shouting into the void anyway.
You
why
feel,
not?
you feel privileged, or you feel like what's the word? You feel like very professional sat there and they're probably like set up in the mic.
Yeah.
There's even a sign that says live on air.
I know, even though people don't pay attention and
Or
still knock on the
respect
door. But yeah, well, we hope you have a nice Christmas and New Year if you celebrate both those things. If not,
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah,
Happy season.
happy
Winter
break from
solstice.
work. Although,
If you don't like Christmas,
Not everyone's not
yeah,
working.
if you work at a Chinese restaurant,
Yeah,
you're probably
fuck
still
Christmas.
working.
No, Christmas is the only time they don't work.
No, they work at Christmas.
they work Christmas.
But
If you don't know the Chinese,
well, that's like the
Jewish people and Chinese people don't celebrate Christmas.
No.
I know they don't celebrate it,
They
so
make
they
so
take the
much
holiday off
So like,
because
there's a whole thing where Jewish people go to Chinese restaurants on Christmas Day.
There's
well,
a
I hope the whole thing is because nobody
Maybe this is American.
No, no,
nobody
wait,
eats
wait.
Chinese food on Christmas Day because
Kieran's got his hand up.
There's a woman I work with who every year her and her partner and their kids order Chinese food because she doesn't like she works all up till Christmas. She doesn't want to cook on Christmas. She hates it, so they order a Chinese.
Alright, but like
And they can get Chinese.
Yes, this is not to say that every Chinese person does not celebrate Christmas.
I mean,
No, I'm just saying the
I'm
Chinese
not
shops
saying-
close to us
yeah,
are open.
often Chinese restaurants are open on Christmas.
I'm not trying to say that. I'm just trying to say because nobody
We've become cancelled on Christmas.
because so many people
Daniel
turkey
didn't come
or
on to
whatever.
this.
Oh, whatever. He's back.
Daniel can continue 4 Prats with just one man.
Clearly
You'll
it's
have to,
That's the end of at least 4 Prats.
you'll have to rebrand to 1 Prat that doesn't do anything.
It doesn't produce anything.
Just an empty channel.
One Pratt non
Every so often he comes on, it's just a 2-minute video and he's clearly recording these phone. He goes,
Alright,
Hey, what's up,
this
gamers?
is my fucking kitchen. Watch me cook, cunts. I'm
he
cooking
just does
eggs.
cooking videos where he like shows us how to make toast and stuff.
Fucking, we should do that. We should
One
do some
Prat
stuff.
does cooking.
Well, just
We
insultingly
should
simple cooking.
Shall we
Yeah.
Shall we for a special do a case cooking episode?
Yes, right. So
No.
for January 1st, 2023,
No.
expect a
Right.
cooking tutorial on at least 4 Prats the YouTube channel. It's happening.
John's gonna stand in the corner, all
And
happy
cry.
and eat it. And he's not, even if it's shit, he's gonna have to spit. It's case cooking levels. He's gonna have to say it's good. You can't say it's bad.
We're doing this
Wait, I
now.
can't even just
We have
say.
to.
Yeah, no.
Does case son ever say it's bad?
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't matter. But you're gonna have to say.
Well, thank you for joining us for like the latter half of or quarter of this year. Take care. We'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye.
And look forward to season 2 of Nicolas Cage International Treasure at some point with the film, I believe 8mm. Let me double check that. Yes, 8mm will be the next one up that you will hear of this series. We've probably said so many different things in the past few episodes, but who fucking knows? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays.
Got me aching, got me twitching, got me snitching, got me making a fuss. Nigga got me